In World War II, the Allied countries had a 16 to 30% civilian casualty rate. The Axis powers had a 65% civilian casualty rate. The Guardian is reporting right now that in Gaza, according to the IDF's own internal estimates, they have a civilian casualty rate of over 80%. And I need you to understand that this is so much worse than just 15 to 20% more civilian casualties than the bad guys in World War II. The Allies, who wiped out 2 cities with nuclear bombs, even at the high end, if they had a 30% casualty rate, that means that for every 7 combatants that they killed 3 citizens. Or for every 2 combatants, almost half of a citizen. The Axis powers, the ones that created the camps, at a 65% casualty rate. That means that for every 3.5 combatants they killed, 6.5 civilians got killed. Or 2 civilians to 1 combatant. In Gaza, if we factor an 80% casualty rate, for every 2 combatants that Israel kills, they kill 8 citizens. That means that they are shooting through 4 citizens to get 1 combatant. A 15% civilian casualty rate difference at that end of the spectrum works out to double the amount of civilians that get killed. That means in World War II, if the Axis powers had an 80% civilian casualty rate, instead of 35 to 40 million civilians being killed by just their side alone, that number would be 80 million. There is no internationally defined acceptable casualty rate for a conflict because it's based off of military trade-offs. There is no threshold that's recognized where you have now crossed into a G-side because G-side is definitionally based off of intent. But if these numbers are correct, which again, the Guardian is reporting that these are based off of internal IDF database numbers, this would be the highest civilian casualty rate of any modern conflict that was not recognized as G-side. Israel has said if a single member of Hamas hides behind 4 civilians, we'll take that shot. The bad guys in World War II said they'd only shoot through 2.